Recitation 5. Solve the system of equations. The different methods. Let's first try substitution. So let's see 8. So the first equation says that y equals to 3x. The second one says that y minus x equals to 2. So we could substitute 3x into this y because y and 3x are the same. Okay. So then y becomes 3x minus x equals to 2. Well, 3x minus x, that's 3x minus 1x, which is a 2x, equals to 2. Then we divide by 2 on both sides, so x equals to 1. Once we have x value, we can substitute in the first one, because y is 3 times bigger than x, 3 times 1, which is 3. So the solution we want to write in a point. X value first, y value second. So is a solution for this system. Okay. So the system means for both. It works for the first equation and also works for the second equation. Well, let's see B. B, if we want, we can do the same thing, right? For the first equation, we can move 2x to the other side. That becomes minus 2x. Or we subtract 2x on both sides. So this becomes 0. So then y equals to -9 minus 2x or -2x minus 9. Then we substitute into the second equation, into this y. So this method is called substitution method. So 3x plus 5 times -2x minus 9. That's y, right? That's y from the first equation. Now this becomes a linear equation of one variable. So we just distribute 5. 5 multiplied by -2x, that's -10x. 5 times 9, -45, equals to 4. Okay. So we combine like terms. 3x minus 10x, -7x. Then -45 will move to the other side, become positive. So 4 plus 45, that's 49. We divide by 4 on both sides, so x equals to -7. Then we can substitute into y. Y equals to -2 times x value, which is -7 now, minus 9. Well, -2 times -7 is positive 14. So 14 minus 9, which is 5. So a solution for this system is a point. X value first, y value is second. So the solution is -7, 5. Which means what's the, okay, we're going to graph. We're going to graph the system. But let's solve first, then we graph. So C, we see x is solved. So we have x equals to 3 plus 2y. So we can substitute x value of 3 plus 2y into this. Excuse me. So 3 times 3 plus 2y, which is x, minus 6y equals to 9. Now 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2y is 6y. Minus 6y equals to 9. Well, 6y minus 6y becomes 0. So we're left with 9 equals to 9. Well, 9 equals to 9 is a true statement. It'll be forever true. So it's a true statement. So what does true statement mean? True statement mean? True statement means this system has infinite many solutions from negative infinity to up to positive infinity. So all real numbers. Okay, so solutions are all real numbers. We can write an open parenthesis, negative infinity, comma, positive infinity, close parenthesis. Okay. So when we graph, each one is a line, right? Let's just graph A. So you graph B and C, okay? It's the same. Each one is linear. Linear means it's a straight line. So I have this line, I have this line. If the two lines have solution, that means they intersect. So for this one, they intersect at 1, 3. So how do we graph? We need 2 points to graph a line, right? If x is 0 for the first one, y is 0. So we have the origin on the graph of y equals 3x. Now if x equals 1, let's see, this is 1. At y equals 3, let's see, this is 3. We will have this point. Then connect those 2 points. So this is the graph of y equals 3x. Now let's use the blue color to draw the other one. So y minus x equals 2. So let's see x is 0. If x is 0, y equals 2, somewhere here. If y equals 0, negative x equals 2. That means x equals negative 2. So this is 1, this is negative 2. Right? So this 2. And then we can see I didn't, draw correctly. If I draw correctly, we see those two lines intersect at 1, 3. So which means 1, 3 is on both lines. And similarly, we can draw for the second one, for B. Okay, for C, we see those two lines actually are the same. If we move 2y to this side, we have x minus 2y equals 3. Right, for the second equation, we can divide by 3. If we divide by 3, we get x minus 2y equals to 3. So the two equations are exactly the same. So we're thinking the two lines overlapping with each other on every real numbers. So on every real number, the two lines, intersect. So that's why the solutions are real numbers. Well, let's see this one. The first equation is quadratic because we see x squared. The second equation is x. Okay, so y equals this, y equals this. So y equals the y in the system. So we have x squared equals to x. That means x squared minus x equals to 0. Right, we want to write. So basically we move x to the other side. We make one side to be 0. Now we factor out x, because x is a common factor, minus 1 equals to 0. So I have two solutions. Of x equals 0 or x minus 1 equals 0. Well, x minus 1 equals 0, that means x equals to 1. Right? If x is 0, y is 0. If x is 1, y is 1. So I have two solutions. So that as 0, 0 and 1, 1. So two solutions. So if you graph this, x-axis, y-axis, let's graph with the red color. Y equals to x cuts the first quadrant into half because every x value and y value are the same. cross the origin, cut this one into half, cut the third quadrant into half. So that's y equals x. And y equals x squared is a parabola, right? It's an upward parabola. Something like this. You see the intersect at 2 points. At the 0, 0, at this 1, 1. Intersect at the 2 points. So similarly for b, y equals y, that gives us x squared equals to x minus 2. Or move x minus 2 to the other side, then x squared minus x plus 2 equals to 0. This one give us, we have to use, do we have a solution? Sometimes we may not have a real solution. Let's see. So x squared, so we could use quadratic or we could completing squares, all right? If we use quadratic, x equals to negative b, which is negative 1, which will become plus 1, plus minus square root of b squared, which is 1, minus 4ac. A is 1, so 4 times 2 is 8. You see, we got imaginary numbers. All right, so what does this mean? Because you see, under square root is a negative number. 1 minus a is negative 7. So square root of negative 7, does not exist in real number system. So what do we see? We see this system has no solution. Just see no solution. Which means that those two does not intersect. Those two does not intersect. Oh, you can graph it, okay. Once you graph, you can see it. Well, let's see C. C, y equals x squared, then y equals to 9. And we can see the intersect at 2 points. So we just write y, x squared, because y equals y, x squared equals to 9. We'll move 9 to the other side. Or we square root. If we square root, we get a positive negative 2 values. Square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So if x equals positive 3, y equals to 9. If x equals negative 3, y also equals 9. So at those 2 points, those 2 graphs intersect. Let's say D and E. D. D, the first one is the circle. Right? Circle with radius of square root of 2. And second one is quadratic. So let's just, how do we do this? So we have x squared equals to y from the second one. From the first one, we have x squared equals to 2 minus y squared. Right? So we just change x squared. So x squared equals to 2 minus y squared. That equals to what? Then let's change. So we have let's write negative y squared first. Then minus y, then plus 2 equals 0, right? Basically move y from the right-hand side to the left-hand side. Now let's multiply by negative 1, because we don't want the leading term to be negative. So y squared plus y minus 2 equals 0. Now this one is factorable. So this one can be factored as a y plus 2 times y minus 1. Right. equals to 0, of course. So that gives us two solutions, y equals to -2 or y equals to 1. Then once that y is solved, we can solve for x. On y equals to -2, this complex solution, right? But we're in real number system, so let's forget about y equals to -2. So we just have y equals to 1. If y equals to 1, because we have x squared, so that means x can be positive 1, or -1, two solutions, right? So 2 points, which means if x is 1, y is 1. If x is a -1, y also is 1. Let's see this last one. So they're very similar. We solve for x squared, so we rewrite x from the first one. We rewrite x squared equals to 20 minus y squared. From the second one, we move -8 to the other side. X squared equals to 8 plus 1. So let's just do that. So the first one, x squared equals to 20 minus y squared equals to the second x squared, which is y plus 8. Now let's put in order. -y squared minus y. Then move 8 from the right hand side to the left hand side become negative. 20 minus 8 becomes 12. And equals to 0. Now let's divide by or multiply by -1. So y squared plus y minus 12 equals to 0. Well, this is the factorable, right? We can factor as y plus 4 times y minus 3 equals 0. Then we have two solutions, y equals to -4 and y equals to 3, positive 3. If y equals to -4, let's say x value. -4 squared is 16. So x squared equals 20 minus 16, which is 4. So that means x can be plus minus 2. 2 or minus 2. And from this one. So that's for 4. For y equals to 4. So we get 2 points. From that, we get a -2, comma 4, -4. 1 point. Then positive 2, -4. Two solutions from y equals to -4. Well, when y equals to 3, y equals to 3, 3 equals to x squared minus 8. Move -8 to the other side. So x squared equals to 3 plus 8, 11. So two solutions for this one too. So square root of 11. Let me write square root sum. And of course, it's plus minus 2 values, right? So that's for y equals to 3. So we can write as another 2 points. So x equals to square root of positive 11. Then y value is 3. And another point is square root negative square root of 11 and 3, right? So 2 points. It's a total of 4 points, 4 intersections for those two. Okay, that's it. It's for recitation 5.